Well, hello there. Welcome along to a Euro Exclusives, a brand new series ahead of this summer's tournament in Germany. Not long to go now. We've been speaking to some of the biggest names in the game as they look ahead to Euro 2024. And today, we're going to be hearing from England's Kyle Walker, Scotland's captain as well, Andy Robertson. There's also Jeremy Doku of Belgium, and we'll get the Spanish perspective from Gerard Pique and Rafa Benitez as well. So much to get through then. Really looking forward to the tournament now and really looking forward to getting our teeth into this one. And we begin with England, who are trying to win a European Championship, of course, for the very first time. They head to the tournament as favourites, and they're going to be in Group C with, as we know, Serbia, Denmark and Slovenia. And Gareth Southgate surprised one or two people with his picks for the provisional squad. Now, alongside some new faces, there's a core of experienced players who have been with him throughout his reign. One of them, Kyle Walker, who's going to his fourth tournament with Southgate, and he's been speaking to our senior reporter, Rob Dorset, and despite all of his club success with Manchester City, he has made it clear nothing would top winning this trophy for his country.
There are so few players in world football who've got a CV to compare with yours in terms of honours. But the one thing you haven't got is that silverware for your country.
Yeah.
That matters to you, doesn't it?
Of course, of course. Probably had one of the hardest moments of my career, playing in the Euros final and losing that. But I feel that the project that definitely Gareth and Steve have started here, you know, from Russia to the Euros and then now leading into Germany, you want to be a part of it. I think the talent that we've got in depth in the squad, in all areas, is probably up there with one of the best, one of the best teams. You know, going to compete in the Euros. But we've got that pressure on us now. You know, we got to a semi-final in the World Cup. We got to a Euros final. We came third in the Nations League. But I feel now we have to take that pressure on, like we do at Manchester City. You know, like the lads do at Arsenal or Liverpool. There's pressure every time you go onto the field, and we need to enjoy that. We need to make sure that we feed off of that pressure and don't shrink, because I've seen many England teams shrink over the years when the pressure comes on them. But you know, embrace it and have a little bit of, I said yesterday to lads, you know, you need a little bit of arrogance when you come to places like this. You need to be a little bit arrogant on the field. Don't be cocky, you know, don't make sure that things are happening that shouldn't be happening. But to have the pressure that we've got on our shoulders, we should embrace it and, you know, make sure that we live off that. I always found that we found it hard when we come against bigger nations. We was fine with we'll call it smaller nations, but the bigger nations, we struggled to get results, and that's something that, as a group of players, we identified that we needed to, when we're coming against these big nations now, start, you know, getting results away from them. I feel that the changing point for me in the England was when we went to Spain. Seville, I think it was, and won. That was the time where, as a group of players, we thought we can actually do something now.
I think that's when it changed from the media perspective, and maybe from the supporters, because it was such a convincing performance, and you dominated the ball as well in their own backyard, a team that's known for keeping the ball, and won it, and that did feel like a moment of change, I must admit.
I feel as well. I feel that, you know, people look back, and I think there's certain moments, especially in my international career, where I look back and I say, okay, that could have been the change, you know, where the penny dropped for us all.
Let me ask about Germany to come then. Is this your best chance? Is this England's best chance of silverware on an international level in, I don't know, you pick a timescale. It feels like that to me. I don't want to crank the pressure up, but that's,
no,
what it feels like. And I think you put the pressure on yourselves as players.
As I said, we have to put the pressure on. We can't hide behind the fact that we're all very, very good players. We've all been in certain situations, whether that's Champions League finals, to Premier League run-ins, to FA Cup wins. There's a lot of experience in that dressing room now.
And there's Euros finalists. Yeah. There's World Cup semi-finalists.
Exactly. So there is pressure. Do I feel that in my era of me playing in this national team, it's the best chance? Yeah, I do. But I can talk all I want. You know, it's down to 11 of us on the field, or the subs that are coming on, to make sure that we do this country proud. You know, I feel that there's been a lot of years where this country probably should have gone and won something or done a lot better, and whether that be for one reason or another, we probably haven't quite lived up to the expectation. But now, you know, there's no pressure. There is pressure, but there is no pressure. Let's go into it like we did Russia, where we're kind of open-minded and we go and see, okay, we're excited. Let's not call it pressure, let's call it excitement.
It's different from Russia though, isn't it? It feels different to me. I mean, look, you were there in Euro 2016 when we lost to Iceland. There's very few of you guys left from that dark time, if you like. So you've come from there to where you are now, and it feels different to Russia. Russia, there was no expectation, I don't think, amongst the media, not a lot amongst the supporters either, and you were extraordinary going all the way to the semi-finals. Now, it feels different from the outside. Are you saying it still doesn't feel different from the inside still?
No, I'd be lying to you if I said it doesn't feel different. Of course it does, because we know the players that we are and we know what we've got in the dressing room. But I just feel you play your best football when you just go and play the game that you love.
I see what you're saying.
There's going to be pressure from the outside, from the media, from us as individuals to each other. There is pressure and there's certain demands, but let's just go and enjoy it. Anyone would give anything to be in our shoes, you know, playing and representing our country. So have pressure. Pressure's good. I feel that you need to play with pressure, but let's enjoy it. Let's play with a smile on our face and go and, you know, go and show the world what we can actually do as a nation.
Last question is a naughty question. So get ready for this one, okay? You've won the treble.
Yeah.
If you won the Euros with England, would it mean more than the treble? I told you it was a naughty question.
Yeah, I think so. I actually do. I think the treble, you said like a certain trophy, it'd have been an easy answer for me. To do a treble, what we achieved, as you say, only one other team's done it, so it's quite unique. It's quite unique. But to win something for your country, I think you're on a different scale there. To walk around my hometown knowing that I brought a European Championship back to this country would mean a lot as well. So as hard as the question is, I'd have to say, you know, winning something with England.
Ah, great question, Rob. Great answer. Kyle as well. Right, from England to Scotland. Steve Clarke's team are at their second successive Euros. 3 years ago, they struggled to make an impact, really, but Captain Andy Robertson feels that they can make history this time by getting out of a group at a major tournament for the first time. They play in the very opening game of the whole thing, by the way, against the hosts, Germany. Then they have tough games, don't they? They face Switzerland and Hungary. Well, the captain has been part of the team's journey over the past few years as well. He started his interview by drawing on memories of when he and his teammates made it to Euro 2020, which was delayed a year, of course, because of the COVID pandemic.
Obviously, the qualification was unbelievable, but different because it was behind closed doors. And then, you know, I think the excitement just started to build, and we knew there was going to be fans back in some capacity, but you know, the world was still in quite a weird, strange place, so it was different, but it was one that we looked forward to. You know, the wait was finally over for Scotland to be back at a major tournament, and but yeah, it was still strange. You know, I think we only had maybe 10,000 fans in Hampden, which felt like 50,000 because we had played the full season without anyone in the stadiums, and yeah, but it was also ultimately one of disappointment once we got there.
Fast forward to now, not only will you have fans, you'll have a lot of fans who will make the trip. Are you quite prepared for the backing you'll get?
I think we're prepared, but I think the Tartan Army always surprise you. I think you know, however many you think will be there, I think you can times it by, you know, 5, 10, whatever. I think they always, you know, the way they support the team is unbelievable. You know, they love their away trips, that's for sure, and I think that'll be no different in Germany. I think there'll be a lot of them out there, and we know all of them won't get tickets, but we'll field them within, round the stadium, and hopefully we'll field them in the stadium as well for the 3 matches. And yeah, it'll be good to have, a proper tournament in terms of, full capacity, everything back to normal, and that's what we look forward to. Everyone you bump into in the streets when you're up here and things like that, they're all going over, and I don't know how they're all getting tickets or if they are or not, but it's obviously great to see that they're all so excited to go over there, and they believe that their kind of nation's back at major tournaments, which is something to be proud to be a part of.
How many friends, family, etc. have you got lined up going? Is there a mass Robertson exodus?
There always is, yeah. I think I've had to block a few numbers, unfortunately. No, but I think everyone's trying to go, and it's just working out. How many can actually get over there. But if they get a ticket, they get a ticket. So hopefully they'll be nice to me from now to the first game. You're
going to lead your team out the opening game of the tournament against the hosts. What will go through your mind as the anthem strikes up?
I think the easy answer is try and treat it like a normal game, but I don't think that's possible. I think it's a special occasion. Of course it is. You're opening the tournament, and I think once our national anthem plays, and I think there'll be a lot of Tartan Army in there, but also obviously all of us will be singing it loud and proud. And I think it'll be probably in the national anthem, any game I play, I think it's always a moment of reflection. I always try and do that, and always try and look where I've came from, the people that have helped me on the way, and I think that will be no different. But there'll be a feeling around it. Will be a special game, of course there will be. There'll be that feeling in your stomach and that excitement and things, and we don't want to take that away from all of us. That's you can thrive on that, but it's important that we use it to our advantage and not not against us. And if we do that, then hopefully we can we're ultimately there for a result. Of course there's going to be a lot going on in the opening ceremony and things like that, but ultimately we're there to get off to a good start in the tournament, and that's what we'll be fully focused on when that game comes.
Only Graham Souness has captained Scotland at 2 major tournaments. When you hear that, does it put in perspective what you're about to do?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I didn't know that. Obviously, I know Scotland qualify for tournaments, but we haven't done in a long time and things like that. But the fact that he's the only one that's captained twice in a tournament is if I can join him on that list, then that's obviously a pretty special feeling, and that's what that's what we're excited to do. We're just delighted to be at another tournament, and most of the squad that were at the last one are going to be at this one, and yeah, the fact that we can represent our country at another tournament is massive.
A frustration at the results in the last Euros. What will satisfy you at Euro 2024?
I think our aim, and we have to be the team that creates history. We have to aim to get out the group. That has to be our aim. We look at the group. It's a tough group. It's a competitive group. But we believe that we can give any team a game, and if we do that and we manage to get out the group, then we're the first Scotland team to ever do that. And I think we've been trying to create our own history. We've been trying to create our own story within a nation that have got a lot of good teams in the past, a lot of legends of the game, and we're trying to create a small part of history, and we've managed to do that with the 2 tournaments and things like that. But being able to qualify outside the group would be a massive step, and it would excel us even further and give us even more belief than we've already got.
Welcome back. There is, of course, Premier League interest everywhere you look at the Euros, and Belgium have got a number of English players based in their ranks as they prepare for their action in Group E. They face Ukraine, Romania and Slovakia. And after so many disappointments in recent years, there's hope that they can finally deliver a win, given their incredible depth of talent. And one of the players leading the charge will be Manchester City's very own winger, Doku. He's coming off the back of a really impressive first season in England with Manchester City, but now it's international honours that are on his mind.
A big summer for the national team. What are your hopes and ambitions as a team for that tournament?
It will not be easy, but like the people who saw our game against England, maybe people thought that we are not like the same, or that we were bad because we are the new generation. But still, I'm confident that we have the quality, and also the manager and the coach and the coaching staff behind us to guide us well. It won't be easy, but I'm confident that we can do great things, and I'll try to help with that as well.
You mentioned the new generation. So much has been said about Belgium's golden generation. Do you see this as an opportunity now to write your own narrative?
Yeah, and I'm not saying that we are directly going to win it, but what I'm saying is like that's not because it's the golden generation, that's the players retired or not there anymore, that we are not going to do the same or that we are not going to do even better. So I'm confident, and I know that like I'm still a young player, so I see the players who are coming on because I play with them in the younger teams, and I know that big quality is coming. So I'm confident. If it's not now, it will be the one after. If it's not then, it will be the one after. But I'm sure that we will do great things in these Euros.
Oh, how about this? After an era of dominance, we're used to seeing Spain lift trophies, aren't we? But did they have the hope this time out? Gerard Pique was part of that incredible run of success as the superstars of Barcelona and Real Madrid combined for a sensational Spanish side that won 2 Euros and a World Cup. And he's been talking to Ben Ransom about what it might take to win the Euros again this summer.
Gerard, what a pleasure to speak to you ahead of the Euros. How do you view Spain's chances going into this summer's tournament?
Well, I think that they are not the favourites. I think that they are in a transition time where a lot of young players are coming up. We will have a chance, but I think that France is a clear favourite, in my opinion, and then I think England is in the second spot.
Why do you think France are slightly ahead of England in terms of that tag?
Well, because they won the World Cup in 2018. They have that experience of arriving to finals and winning. France is a little bit ahead of England, not much. I think England has a great team. I think that in terms of individuals, Mbappé is ahead of the rest. They have players like Griezmann that he has played for so many times for France, and that he performs incredibly well when he plays for the national team. You have Dembélé, you have all these players that they have great experience with the national team, and this makes them clearly favourite. I always remember that England during these last 10-15 years have had amazing teams. My debut with the national team was against England, that we won 2-0, and I remember that time they were playing with Rooney, with Lampard, with Gerrard, with so many great players, Rio Ferdinand, but they couldn't win a title, and this was what was missing, no? And I think that it's time for England to win it again. I always root for England because my past here in Manchester United. If Spain cannot win it, then I'm always all in England. But yeah, let's see.
So that's Pique's take on the tournament and the Spanish challenge. We've also been talking to Rafa Benitez about how he sees his home nation's chances. He feels Spain are well set, but he sees England and France as the favourites. He's been talking to Tim Thornton about the summer.
A lot of people are predicting a good performance from England at these Euros, but what about Spain?
I would say Luis Aragonés and after Vicente del Bosque, they start playing passing football. That is more or less what they try to do in Spain, a lot of teams. So they have a lot of players with this quality, this experience in the way that they want to play. So they can beat anyone, but at the same time they can be vulnerable in defense, because when you have the possession all the time and the other team, they know that you will play like that. So they adjust the tactics to be sure that if you make a mistake, they punish you. So they win the trophy, yes, but I think that England or other teams, that they will be quite strong too.
There are some very talented young players in this Spain squad as well, in particular from Barcelona. Can they make a big impact?
Yeah, they are doing really well. Some of these players, what the good things that Spain has done is just they were coming from the under-18s, under-21s. So they had been playing together and they know exactly what they want to do on how they have to do it.
What are the strengths of England and what are the potential downfalls then for Gareth Southgate's side? Because they appear as though they've been building towards this tournament, but I guess that creates a pressure as well and an expectation to win it.
Everybody talk about the pressure that you feel, but what you have as an advantage, very good players. Obviously, I think that Gareth Southgate is doing well. Very good players, physically quite strong. Technically, they are much better than in the past. In terms of confidence is what you need to have. So you can compete against anyone now in terms of quality and physicality. Tactically, I think England is much better than some years ago. So I think that you have all the attributes to compete and to win. It's just to have a little bit of belief.
It's a great opportunity for England. Spain-England final, would that suit you?
Yeah, it would be fine for me, no problem. I would sign that.